Welcome to the course for PowerShell automation for Azure SQL Server DBA with networking concept. In this video session, we are going to learn about how to create the virtual network. Right? We have already seen even whenever we are going and creating the virtual machine, even the virtual machine is looks like a single resource, but there is the multiple of resources which are associated with the virtual machines. There is a few things, few aspects are like your virtual network interface, public IP. This all are has to be attached with virtual network. If you are trying to create the virtual network from the Azure portal, we have seen automatically there is a multiple of expect multiple of resources it is creating automatically, but we can create these things individual also, and then we can assign these things to the virtual machine. So this time we will go and learn how to create virtual network using the PowerShell code. Once we will go here and we will try to create the virtual network from Azure portal. Okay, what thing we have to provide? You can see we have to provide the resource name, we have to provide the name of the virtual network. Then this is the very important thing, like we have to assign the subnet IP addresses range. That is very important. These two things we have to create. Coming to next, if you will go and see the about the subnet, and if you are go and you can see down in the subnet, and if you click here, whenever we are creating the virtual network, you can see this subnet is automatically it is assigned, right? So the meaning of this means if you want to create the virtual network, you have to create the subnet. And virtual network is nothing but it is the range. So first you have to define the range, what should be your range, and then after that, this is virtual network is nothing but it is your range, right? We'll try to remove this from where is that? uh, this is the eraser. Okay, so you can see this is the virtual network area. Here we are going to define this virtual network by the IP addresses range, right? And that is only known as your address space, means how much IP address you can provide to how much IP addresses is possible, and you can able to create the resource. And we have already gone through our previous video. We have learned fully what is the address space, what is the range, how we are defining the subnet, right? And all. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create the virtual network. For creating the virtual network, this is the code, and the code it is new hyphen Azure new hyphen agent virtual network, and we have to provide the virtual network name. Means whenever you are trying to create the virtual network, it is mandatory to provide you the name. What is the name of your virtual network? I'm going to give my virtual network name as my app network. After that, you can see here is the resource name you have to give. What should be the resource name? I'm going to give my resource name. I will go to my Azure portal and try to see what is the resource group is available for me. For this is the resource group which one is already available. So I will try to use this resource group name. I will go here and I will just save into this variable. Next is the location, right? This is also very important. So already we have discussed about the resource group and the location, right? You have to select which location you are your application is going to be host, right? So you can use that where you want to deploy your application and where the user is going to be connect, right? So there you will decide the location. In our case, I'm going to select the North Europe location, right? And after that you can see the address preferences, this is nothing but your address space. This when you are trying to create the virtual network, right? In the last video session also we have discussed, this is nothing but it is your range. What range you are going to take means how much IP addresses you want, or how much VM or any resources you want to communicate. Depending upon that you are taking the IP addresses range, right? And then we are doing the subnetting. Subnetting means so using the subnet we can decrease or increase the number of what, host bit, right? So even you have seen it in the last video session, class C IP address only this much host is possible, but if you want using the subnetted, you using the concept of subnet, you can increase or decrease the number of hosts. So depending, if you don't want to waste anything, then you can go with the subnet. So if you are trying to create a subnet, first you have to define you what is your range. That is like same as your what in this picture you can see, this is the red light, red color line, whatever you are seeing here, this is defining your range, right? In this range means in this area this much IP X Y Z IP is possible, that much numbers of IP, right? That is only known as your address space, right? And after that, like this is just example, it is like 5,000 IP you have taken, then but again you are dividing this to the subnet means 1,000 you have given for this subnet, 1,000 you have given for this subnet, 1,000 you have given for this subnet, 1,000 you have given for this subnet. So you are dividing again that full IP to multiple of subnet. Name itself it is saying the subnet means it is the part of that one, right? So after that what we have to do, uh, I will go to the again my PowerShell code. Here is my PowerShell code. Why this one is coming here, remove this also. Okay, so this is nothing but your range, what range I am taking. What I will go, I will directly go to my Azure portal, and I will go to the virtual network, and I will try to assign the same IP whatever range it is coming in my Azure portal. I will select my network name, it is the any network net something I have given the name. I'm going with the next, I go with the IP addresses. You can see it is selected the 10.10.10.0.0.0/16. I'm going to take the same IP address here, 10.0.0.0/16. What is the meaning of 16? How much addresses is possible? It is 65,536. That one we have discussed into the last video session. Means that much IP address is possible using this range. Means 10.10.10.0.0.0/16. Right. After that, it is you have to provide a subnet, but still we have not created the subnet, right? So what you have to do first, we have to define the subnet, right? We have to create the subnet, right? So now we are going and we will try to create the subnet, right? So first we have to create the subnet, and after that we have to use that subnet for creating our virtual network. So now we are going to create the subnet, and subnet this is the command this is the PowerShell command for creating the subnet. So again, this subnet required your name of that, right? So you can give the default, or you can give the any subnet name. You can see whenever you are going here, and you can see your subnet name, it is given as a default. You can give the default name also, or you can give the any name. In my case, I will give my subnet name as subnet A. Right? So subnet is also done. After that, it's required to add the address preferences, that is called the subnet address space. That also we have to provide. So subnet address space, you can see it is taken like 10.0.0.0/24. I will use the same 10.0.0.0/24. I think till here, no doubt for you guys. So if I will use this, and we will able to create the my subnet, right? And that all subnet, it is going to be stored in this variable, and that one we are passing here. I think till here, no need, no doubt, right? And after that, what we are doing to do, this creation of virtual network, that one I am going to saved in this variable. And after that, if you want to display the virtual network details, you can go here and you can type right host, the value it is going to be display the virtual network details, right? And you want yellow color and background something, it is going to be display here. Now what I'm going to do, I will try to execute this script now. Let's see what I'm getting now. I have executed it. Just we have to wait for some minute, and my virtual network is going to be ready. So what? So meantime it is creating, we will discuss about the virtual network. What is the virtual network? That is the range. Means this much is the virtual network. Means using the virtual network like 6536 IP is possible. Means that is my area. That is my range. And in that I am dividing in my virtual network to subnet, and subnet I am giving 256 each. So it is like 256 is possible, IP is possible. So 256 resource we can provide, or 256 VM we can create here. 256 VM we will create in some other, like it is when we want we can expand. It is the same as what we have discussed into the last video session. Like this is your area you have taken, and in this you want to construct somewhere home, somewhere you want construct your swimming pool. So how much area you want to give, that is known as your subnet, right? I want to do the farming here. So but you cannot go more than this area, right? Because this is your area, and within that how much you want you can provide. So first we have taken that area, and within that what thing we want, depending upon that we are going to create the subnet, right? So I think it is created now. The virtual network is ready. We have got this details, the virtual network details. And now if you'll go here and go to the virtual network, you can see just virtual network is ready. If I will go here, you can see the IP addresses what we have assigned here, addresses space that is given here. If you will go to the subnet, you can see in subnet it is okay. Sorry, why it is subnet is not came. It's came here. Subnet means subnet A. It is because we have given the subnet A only as it, and subnet we are what is the address we have given for the subnet. You can see subnet we have given subnet address space. Subnet address space is like 10.0.0.24, and same is going to be assigned here. Just it will take few minutes to just appear here. So we will go here, and again we will try. Not address space. I have to go to the subnet, and you can see subnet A, it is 10.24 only, and we have provided here 24. So now you understood, and I told you before also how much lower number you will give after slash, that much greater value you are going to create. So if it is the 16, right? If it is 16, there is the lot of you will able to create. If it's the 24, it is lesser. 16 means 65,000 something we are able to create. But if it is the more number you will give /24, and it will you will able to create the less IP addresses. So you can see it is created here, my subnet and address space. You can see in the address space when you provided 16, it is going to create 65,536. So in that 65,536 addresses, we have created one subnet with the 251. We can take from there and we can create here multiple of subnet. So I hope till here it is no confusion. you guys have understood how to create the subnet, right? And in the next video session we are going to learn about um, network interface. So that one we will discuss into the later video session. And this, so again I will go one more time. Azure Virtual Network is a mm, service that provide the fundamental building block for your private network in Azure. An instance of the service, a virtual network, enable many types of Azure resource to secure communicate with the each other in the internet on the on-premises network. Okay, so this is that it is going to increase the scalability, availability, and isolation. So I hope you have understood what is the virtual network and how we are going to create the virtual network using the PowerShell. And what is the virtual network, that also we have discussed into the more detail and with more theoretical in the last video session. If you have not watched my previous video, please go and watch. That's for the today, and next video session we will discuss more. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Have a nice day.